Good morning. It is the 18th of May. It is a gorgeous day today. It is about the 70-degree mark. Not really any mugginess. No bugs to speak of so far, knock on wood. And we're back to do a follow-up in the 5 bogs today. And beyond that, we don't really have too much of an agenda specifically, but more kind of like we'll see what the day does as it plays out, and we'll take things from there. Hopefully we have an eventful day. We're going to hit it. And good morning. We are basically right now along the meadow's edge of bog number 3, and basically having a look at the nature of the terrain in here solely to just basically to have a look, and typically, you know, looking for evidence of sign and all that good stuff. So pardon me while it is very eye-pokery in the first stretch of this, but when the next video I made comes through, I will kind of throw out an apology to a guy who made a comment 3 videos I think back saying that I was missing stuff. You're welcome to your opinion, sir, but I will, and yes, I know I saw an arch and here's a break. Well, actually, that's a twist. That actually is interesting. So I might actually want a picture of that. But point to be made. Sorry. Kind of calling camera multitasking. But I think I might have harped on it a little bit longer than was necessary, so I will apologize to the gentleman. That might have been a little overkill. But again, the point I made remains valid to me, which is you're not out here with all five senses, and I am. Just because I don't acknowledge something doesn't mean that I can feel myself bleeding. I poked myself with something. That's no good. But, you know, just bear that in mind. You're not out here, sense of hearing, sense of smell. And you yourself, in your comment, made a mention of nuance, I believe. And yeah, there are nuances. First one not giving a good sign that there might be something in the neighborhood is the fact you got a lot of songbird noise, which usually doesn't indicate immediate presence. I don't know how far I'm going to go in here. So far today it's been all quiet. Did some drone surveying. Yeah, this doesn't really change that much. There is an arch over there, again, if you're into that kind of thing. But I'm gonna work my way slowly back and try to find another area to work my way through. The Five Bogs today, unfortunately, seems quiet today, so we're gonna maybe try our luck a little differently. But that twist, though, I took a picture of, is interesting. And I'll make this point since we did find one. That kind of thing versus like stick structures. Twists I don't consider to be structures. They are more of an anomaly. A break like that can be anything. Stick structures are often overly interpreted, in my opinion. So there's that. So what we're going to do is kind of, we're going to end the segment here. Look for some greener bushwhacking pastures. Doesn't seem to be a lot going on in this particular neck of the woods. So we're going to keep trying our luck down the way. again, kind of just having a look really more than anything else, looking for any activity. The one time I do believe I had a sighting, though, it was in this stretch of woods, which is why I stopped in here. Not that lightning is going to strike twice, but again, we didn't really have an agenda today, so it's more about repeating effort in a consistent area where you've had luck in the past until you don't anymore, and then you kind of make note of the patterns if there are any that show themselves. But yeah, let's go over by the tree line. And again, just to make note of the, sorry, the thing doesn't want to, bear with me. Wrong way, bear with me. This is the nature of the ground if you're looking for tracks, and let's get out in the day, more in the daylight, kind of stamp down leaf litter and ferns and the like. And then as you a little more, there you go, into basically a lot of eye poker stuff. It opens up a little bit over there, and there's a meadow over here. Nice root ball right there. But we're gonna walk over to the tree line, have a look. But today's one of those nice, beautiful summer days. It seems a little like it's all quiet. So again, we'll just do a quick pan of the area. And for those who see all the X structures like I do understand that eye poker areas like this are replete with them, and 99% of them, like it or not, are trees that fell across one another and 100% naturally occurring. Which I know is not the answer some want, but they are. Here is, damn it, a really, really, really big mushroom. But which I showed you just because it was there and it's a big mushroom. Michael Merchant would like that kind of a thing. He still is a bit of a naturalist with things like that. So walking out to bog number one, I'm already making squishy wet noises. Here we are. It's not that big, but not really, perfectly nice and quiet today. Not a lot going on. So I'm actually gonna be lazy and walk along the tree line and pop out one area where I know it opens up and it's an easy egress back to the trail. But yeah, so far so quiet. But yeah, it's just as mucky as always. I don't know if the camera's doing justice to the suction sound it's making, but, or not the camera, but the ground. But take a second, get a scan up into the tree line. I don't think this is really going to catch a lot of detail, only because there's no zoom, but we're getting closer to the point where I'm going to pop back in the woods. So, and hold on. That's so not. Sorry about that. I'm really bad at this. There you go. Moose track or tracks. So that I have some editing to do with that, but I actually, what do we got around here? Mainly moose tracks, but this little spot right here, I hate when I do that the wrong way, I really do. And this area right here with all the mud, I have found interesting tracks in here before, so something worth noting. But alright, we're gonna
So I don't know how good
make
this
our
is
way
getting. I have
through
photos
at the
of
same
it too.
time,
An
kind of
interesting
keep an eye on that, but most
pseudo-track-esque depression in the middle of nowhere. But it's the only one. However, just because I have the capacity to make the point of discovery is this. We're still in that meadow. And this is basically the, nope. This is the consistency of the ground. So, I allowed for a human because if you look, I don't know if it's getting it, hold on. Over by the, this thing doesn't zoom, so I have to kind of compensate for that. There's this white thing over there that I was wondering if that was litter. It's actually a rock, so there's no litter around because I was allowing for a human sort of cause to the, oops, sorry, to the depression, but there is really nothing else that shape in here. So at this point, I'm just going to label it as interesting and make a mental note. There's other tracks in here like deer and the like. I have a picture of it next to my foot, and if I did it justice, the excuse me, the interesting part is it's rather small. The reason that is significant is the two, I believe, to inhabit this general area are not big. They are, the biggest one's about my height, the other one is maybe 5'5". And if there's another younger one, it would probably be smaller. So smallish tracks are not actually that surprising. So at this point, I am going to work my way south. I'm going to look around this area a little bit more, but I'm not going to waste battery time on the camera unless I actually find something else. I'm going to actually want to focus more on looking than filming. So I'm going to end this segment here and have a look. So thanks.